provide mentorship program to these people, to Ozone employees. We try to talk to them. We try to enlighten them. We teach them about saving.
So most people get like the reason why I still that inspiration question. People get inspirations due to different reasons. Someone might be pushed into a situation, and because of the situation, it unlocks an idea, and you start now working on it. Yeah, but then other people start reading books, how to do this, how to get here, how to do all that. So now my question is, did you study anything about business? Okay, like is your educational background based on business or?
Okay, I'm still an undergraduate. I'm still studying. I'm studying medicine at Kampala International University, Western Campus. I do not have any business background. I've never been to any business school. I've never taken any short course in business. Yeah. So what normally helps us is me and my co-founder, we read a lot. That is one thing we have in common. We read a lot of books, especially there. Of course, in every person, there is always that person that you look into, you look up to, and then there is that person that inspires you. Yeah. So we read books and read about the mistakes and the success and the failures of other entrepreneurs in the same line with us. We basically entirely base Ozone on the books we read. We've read a number of books. I personally, let me speak on my behalf. I personally, every year, I read at least 30 books. Some of them I repeat. Yeah, I read at least 30 books, and it has really helped me so much. For example, advertisement. How are you going to advertise? Most of the work we do ourselves. How are you going to advertise if you completely have nothing? If you've never been in an advertisement class, how are you going to balance? Remember, if you're to hire someone to be your accountant, that person knows the accounting and that person knows how to manipulate numbers and all that. How are you going to make sure that things are done the right way? So you need to read about accounting. How are you going to do good advertisement? You need to read about advertisement, and you need to read about other stories, success stories of other people, how they have done it, how they have pushed with it. Yeah. So basically that is it. And reading books have really helped me a lot, because my favorite book, is it okay if
it's okay.
My favorite book is The Richest Man in Babylon. I read it at least once a year since when I was 17. Yeah, I've been reading it at least once a year, sometimes twice, because it has step-by-step principles of how you can better your life. Yeah, the book portrays how you can make your life better, step by step, from the start up to the end. Yeah. So reading it has really helped me a lot. It helped me in saving, investing, and as well as also how you can interact with other people to make sure that your product is welcomed in the community we are in. Yeah, we are still a startup. Ozone is not a success story yet, but we are pushing forward to make sure that it's a success story. We are a startup. We are working day and night to make sure that we move forward and make sure that we really have the best. Yeah.
So what would you tell our viewers and all the youth outside there about starters?
Okay. I believe each and every one of us probably have an idea or have the urge to make something better of themselves. We have come from different backgrounds. Some people have come from a background whereby you're somehow better than others. Others are less privileged. Yeah, but all of us have the urge to make something out of our life. And our biggest problem is the fear. And I'm guilty of it too. The fear of starting up something, the fear of making something out of your life. We normally go into so much thinking and calculation and analyzing how we are most likely going to fail. And that one increases the strength of fear in us more than the strength of our urge to become successful. So what I can tell young people is, if your fear of failure is way greater than your desire for success, there is no way you're going to make it. But if your desire for success is more than your fear for failure, your fear of starting something which is new in a community, starting something which is new in the society you're in, the desire for success will overcome the fear, and you will see a lot of opportunity in what you want to do or what you want to accomplish than the fear you had previously. Okay. So it's all about the desire. If you really want something, if you really want to push for something, however much it looks irrational to so many people, however much it looks irrational to your peers, to you yourself, as long as there is that calling, there is that urge in you, there is that desire that you really want to do it, to change your life, to change the life of your community, to change the society, and you really have the urge, and the urge is beyond your fear, trust me, there is nothing that will stop you. Yeah, of course you're going to meet a lot of challenges. You're going to meet, at Ozone we meet a lot of challenges every day. We make losses, we make a lot of mistakes. We try as much as possible to reduce the mistakes. Yes, we make them, but we try as much as possible to reduce them. But the urge, the purpose, the desire that we had previously is still burning in us. It keeps motivating us, it keeps us moving. And that is the entire thing. If the urge is there, if the desire is there, and it keeps on pushing you each and every single day, you will not care about any other thing. You will not care about the fear of failure. You will not care about what so and so is going to say about you. You will not care about what the society is going to is going to see you as long as you have the desire to do what you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all about the desire.
So people have to face their fears.
Exactly.
You just have to take that foot into that deep water and test how deep it can really. Will it swallow you? Oh.
Yeah, true.
Okay. So how do you balance? Since you said you are a medical student, and you know most people have these excuses. I'm a student, I can't start up this, how will I'll not, maybe I'll fail, I'll get retakes, and you know, you saying you're a medical student means it is required a lot of attention. You get, being a medical student requires a lot of attention because there's a lot to cover, and then business, you have here an enterprise running. So how do you balance that?
Okay, there are two things which I can say. One is hard work. Two, managing your time very well. In most cases, we spend so much time doing things which don't matter. We spend so much time on things that don't add values in our life. So if you can use that time which you're spending on things that don't really add so much value in your life, and then you integrate it into, you use the time for hard work. That's why I'm like, I'll mention two things: hard work and managing time. If you use the thing and you put hard work in that time, and try to make sure that every single minute of your life matters, and time is something that you will never gain, you will never get again. Once you can get anything else, you can lose a very precious property, but if you work hard, you can get it back. But time, once you've lost time, it's gone. People say that we live only once, which is not true. We live every day. We live every day. But what matters is how you spend your time. For example, assume you're a student. you attend your lectures. Assume your lectures take about 6 hours of your time in a day. You still have about 18 hours in the day. So what do you do in that 18 hours? Assume out of the 18 hours, you use like 6 hours to revise or to read. Let me say 4 hours to read your educational material. That means you've spent about 10 hours. You still have 14 hours. So in the 14 hours, what do you do with the 14 hours? Assume you sleep for 6 hours, which is actually the number of hours I sleep. I sleep for 6 hours strictly. It's very hard. It's not easy. Sometimes I battle with my alarm. Assume you sleep for 6 hours. Out of the remaining 14, you sleep for 6 hours. You still have hours which are there, which are free, which you can use for something else. So out of the 14, you've used 6 hours. That means you still have 8 hours free. So what do you do in these 8 hours? Assume out of the 8 hours, you use 1 hour for entertainment, maybe social media, or 2 hours for entertainment. Let's say it's 2 hours for entertainment. That is social media and all other things, chatting with friends and all that. Out of the 8 hours, you still have you still have 6. So what do you do with the 6 hours or the 5 hours? You have to find something that is going to add value in your life and make sure that you integrate that 6 hours into hard work. Instead of watching an entire series, an entire season of a series in one day, why don't you watch an episode in a day and then spend the remaining hours brainstorming yourself, planning, or maybe working or talking to someone who will uplift you, or maybe interacting with people, or working or doing something that will generate for you money. Money is the most important factor in life. The entire universe rotates around money. Money is something that really makes societies better. Actually, if you look at the life of people who are living in developed countries and underdeveloped countries, their lives are way better. It's because they have the money. Yeah. So why don't you use the 6 hours or the 5 hours in a day to make sure that you integrate it into hard work in something that will generate for you money, something that will generate for you, that will add value in your life, to make sure that you acquire something that will generate for you money. Yeah. So basically that is it. Okay. That is the most important thing. You have to manage your time and hard work. You work hard and make sure that you work in a manner. These days people have developed, a friend of mine told me that people have developed this saying that work smart, don't work hard, which is a lie. He told me that actually the phrase has generated more con men than people who are legit, people who are doing the right thing. So there is no way whereby you're going to make it in life if you're not hardworking. However smart you are, you may have the highest IQ, but if you do not work hard, trust me, ask all the best performing people in the world. If you listen to them, the best performing people in the world, talk of all the top people in the world today. Let's talk of the Elon Musk, of the Bill Gates, of the Mark Zuckerbergs. All these people, you ask them what is their secret, they will tell you hard work. Yes, they are smart people. They have very high IQ. They have the brilliant minds of our time. But they will tell you hard work. You can have all your smartness there, but if you don't work hard, you're going to be there and you won't do anything out of your life. So it's all about hard work. Of course, you need to be smart to be hardworking. There is no one who's hardworking and is not smart. So, if you work hard, of course, there is no whereby you're going to do something and you will not get out of get a good result out of it.
Okay. So, basing to our Ugandan economic status, when you look at entrepreneurship and you'd like to advise maybe someone out there, what is the minimum capital that someone needs to start something, according to you?
According to me, there is no minimum capital. I told you we started by renting a bicycle, 2,000 a day.
2,000 a day?
2,000 a day.
And, okay.
And we got some t-shirts, and then we got some caps, and then we secured our name.
So just
actually
continue.
Depending on,
you actually, so here in actual sense, your capital for the start was 2K. If I'm to consider it, like
it's not necessarily 2K, because we bought t-shirts and we secured our name, Ozone, and then we also tried to, of course, acquire something for lunch. That is, all of it is capital. So there is no any minimum capital. Depends on what you're doing. Depends on what you're doing.
Okay.
You just need to cite up something. And then when you cite something, you look at how much it's going to cost you to start it. Okay. Now, when you have known the figure that is going to help you to start it, what I normally say, and I borrow that from the richest man in Babylon, you start saving for it. Assume you want to start up something and it's costing, the startup capital is probably, maybe let me say it's 500,000 or 200,000. So what can you do? The very first thing, you already have an idea is a capital as well. You have the idea, you have the plan, you've drawn the plan, how you're going to start it, how you're going to run it. So what's the next thing? You start saving for it. You start saving for it, however much little it is. And for you to start up something for long term, you need to make sure that at least you have you cater for the basic things in life, for the feeding, for shelter. So if you're to start up something which you're looking at it to be long term, you have to make sure that you cater for the basic things in life. So that each and every money that you're going to get from what you're, as I was telling you, you have cited a goal, you have written it down, you have planned, you have seen there is a market for it. So what do? You look at how much it's going to cost you to start, and then you start saving. It doesn't matter how much you're going to save. We have a tendency, actually Africans have the poorest, let me say Ugandans, have the poorest tendency of saving. We don't save at all. Once we get some amount of money, what we do is we spend and spend and spend and expect to save what is left after we have spent. That's not the right thing to do. You have to save first. You have to save first, and then after that you start budgeting. You start spending after saving. You save first, and then after that you start using the money which you have acquired. So basically that is it. You save with a goal. You make sure that you have cited something, you have a goal for it, you have laid down the plan, and then you start saving so that you meet that goal and then kick off. Sometimes you don't really have to meet the entire amount that is needed for you to start up something. As long as you've seen that, this amount here can at least make me start with this, you start with it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Emma. In conclusion, what kind of advice would you give to our viewers and youth who are watching there?
What I can give them is, you read The Richest Man in Babylon. You read books.
Okay.
We have poor habits of reading. This is tribal root Africa. Africans have the poorest reading habit. We don't really read. If you have a phone, if you have a smartphone, that is enough. You don't really have to get hard copy. You can read anywhere. You can read as you're in a public transport. You can read when you're with friends. They are chatting about things which are not really making sense to you. You can be reading. You can read anywhere. There is no any place whereby you really have to sit down and start reading. No, you can read from anywhere. And once you read, you discover a lot of things. It opens your mind. It actually, you may not travel up to Europe or to or to North America or to Eastern Asia. But once you read stories that emerged from there, it's like you have traveled there because you're reading about the stories of people who have made it in these communities. Yeah. So when you read, it broadens your mind. It just like how bodybuilders, for bodybuilders to achieve their goals, they have to go to the gym every single day. And this is the same thing. If you want to have a brilliant mind that will make you accomplish something or make something good out of your life, you have to read and start by the Richest Man in Babylon. Okay. It's excellent. It's the best book. I read it every single year, at least once.
Okay.
That is it.
Thank you very much. To all our viewers, we've heard from Mr. Emmanuel Soma, the CEO of Ozone Delivery Online. So those of you who are in around Bishaka, Bushenyi, if you want to order something, just contact him. The contact is on the screen. And if you want to be served where you are, at your comfort, in your house, and you want to get something from the market, I'm sure in time to come you will be delivering throughout the country.
Hopefully, that's the entire idea. Our vision is not to only remain here. We want to expand from here. We go to the next town, to the next town. We take the entire country as well as go across the borders, East Africa, Africa, and if possible, globally.
Okay. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget what we've spoken about. Don't fear. Step into your fear, face your fear, and then don't forget to read that book he has recommended about the
Richest Man in Babylon.
Richest Man in Babylon. Yeah. Thank you so much. See you next time.